Welcome back to another episode of the Gridiron Guys. I am your host, Luke, with my co-host, Big Jim.
Howdy. What's going on, peeps?
And East Coast Brad.
What
East
up?
Coast Brad.
Brad?
Happy
Rocking
to be
the Oilers.
Brad is very intense.
I love that hat.
I'm studying right now. I'm trying to find this DEGEN play.
Oh, God. If you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you never miss any of our content. But let's get into it. Playoff baseball, right? The World Series is set. Texas Rangers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Nate has the only team left standing. So, okay, there
Let's
we
go.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. I think the name of the game, Brad, you can correct me if I'm wrong with the Phillies. They just weren't able to get their bats going very well.
They went so cold in the last two games. I think the only one out of Turner, Schwarber, Harper, and Castellanos that had a hit was Turner. It was ugly for them at the end. Their offense disappeared when they needed it most.
Yeah, and they were the second or third best offense?
Pretty much. They were. They were rushing it through the whole
lineup they had. Holy shit!
Yeah, I was just watching and that Arizona Diamondback fucking pitching staff. Good Lord, they do well.
Yeah,
and they
were really solid.
And it's like when you watch teams that have good bullpens, it's like you can rely on that bullpen going in. You get them a 2-run lead or at least a run lead, you know that it's safe. And I just felt like the Phillies left a lot of guys on base. And you just can't do that. You can't play winning baseball with keeping guys on base. And that's just the name of the game. And it don't get me wrong, watching the Phillies win that beat the Braves, that was probably one of the most exciting series I have seen in a really long time. I mean, another reason why I was rooting for the fucking Phillies was because of Schwarber. Being a Cubs guy, I love Schwarber. We should have and here's the problem with Cubs. And this was talked about on Part of My Take. If you have baseball is the only sport that does not have a salary cap. Why the fuck would you not try to pay all of your guys and try to keep a championship team together? I just don't understand why teams do that. Kansas City had that same issue after they won the World Series. They didn't want to keep all their guys. I get people are those players are asking for a lot of money, but
they all
I mean, Kansas City is a small market team, so they can't afford them anyway. I know there's no salary cap, but still, I mean, it's just. They had a stacked team, and they wanted all to get paid, and they thought they paid the best player, which probably in the long run they did with Perez, but I don't know. I just royally suck now. So
yeah. I mean, at least with the Cubs, at least they made a playoff. They tried to get they were close to making the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, the Cubs after their World Series, I mean they had a couple down years, and then like you said, they're competing this year or last year. So
they're still going to sign big name players. They're still going to draft pretty solid. They have a great system.
But they don't. Here's my thing. I when we the only big name guy that we have ever signed, in my opinion, that was a big name was Jason Hayward.
Yeah.
And that's not even a big name anymore. You know what I mean?
He's played well for the Dodgers this year. It's minimal playing time.
Yeah, I'm just fuck it. With baseball, it's just you have to have a good farm system, good starting. You just have to have a solid lineup, 1 through 9, have solid pitching, and make sure that your bullpen. If you don't hit injuries, I feel baseball, you hit one injury. And it's not even if it's one player, it's kind of devastating.
Yeah, you could be.
It's crazy. I mean, look at the Mets. They have the worst luck out of everybody in baseball. It's crazy.
At least they have ownership that's just we're going to tear it down. Not worth our time.
Yeah.
Let's get out of this.
Yeah, instead of just hey, we're just going to try to dig ourselves out of this hole. No, we're just going to blow the hole up. Yeah.
Who cares? It doesn't matter. Yeah. We're getting out of this.
So I honestly think Diamondbacks. I think this series is going to go 7 games. I truly believe that, and I think the Diamondbacks might actually be the Rangers have a stacked lineup.
They can hit the shit out of the ball, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I think the Diamondbacks are just as good. So I think most of us are Team Diamondbacks on this podcast, so I love that for us.
Yeah, just room for a good series. Want some like
good action.
I think it's going to go a long way. There might be a DEGEN pick related to that if I can get some odds here soon.
Yes.
But I would not be shocked if a Game 7 either way right now.
No, agreed.
That would shock me.
When does that series start? Did it start tonight or does it start Friday?
Friday. Yeah, tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, that was your baseball talk. We're all the Gridiron guys are all on the Diamondbacks. So Diamondbacks. I say Diamondbacks in 7. Nate, you saying Diamondbacks in 7, or are you gonna say the bold and say 5?
You know what? I hope it's in 7, just because Game 7s are the fucking best to watch.
Oh yeah.
It's so like last night. That was unbelievable. Or the other night. It was fucking so fun to watch. I love it. Yeah. So I hope it's games. I hope it's Diamondbacks in 7.
Right.
Yeah, I want Diamondbacks in 7. I think that's the fun one.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Got those out of the way. Now we're talking about college football week 9, and let me be just up front with you guys. This week kind of fucking sucks. Michigan isn't playing.
Rough week.
Alabama's not playing either. Like, a lot of these big names aren't playing, but the West Coast has got a lot of good games this week. And we've got 5 games. We got one really big one that Jim's gonna want to talk about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
oh, yeah,
6.
Dude. A really big one.
Six of the games are in the Midwest or on the West Coast. So, the one East Coast game, Georgia at Florida, the biggest cocktail party. Right now, Georgia is favored by what? 14.5.
14.5 was the number I had earlier.
14.5. This game, religiously the last 10 years, it's come down to really momental times, but I feel like Georgia, Nate, you would know this more than either me or Brad, but this game has come down to field goal, a touchdown. What are your thoughts?
Florida's the last team to ever beat Georgia. They are. It's so up and down the last couple of years because you never have a unbelievable Georgia team versus an unbelievable Florida team. It's always one team is really good, and this year it's the last 2 years it's been Georgia that has been really good, and in the last 2 years Florida's been not very good, And this year you kind of see how Florida is manageable. They got a lot of shit they need to do and have go right in this game for them to have even a fighting chance in the fourth quarter. It's going to be I think it's going to be a bloodbath. Or a blood battle. I feel like they're going to throw some blows. You're going to see some maybe break off runs early, and I just hope Florida keeps it close and maybe has a chance at the fourth quarter to win that game. So we'll see. I got my gentleman's bet with my dad every year because he's a big Georgia fan. We just bet a pot just to see who can win, and so I think I still own a pot from last year. So
racking up some serious debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be exciting, for sure.
Yeah, Brad, what's your play?
I'm really kind of liking Florida in this spot. I know it's not a home game for them. Technically, it's Jacksonville, right? That's where they're playing this game.
Yeah, it's about the middle.
Yeah, it's in between. Yeah. So there's no real home field for them. But I think Mertz kind of started to look real good the past couple of weeks. He's starting to look a lot better. Georgia is not really it doesn't feel like they're a front runner this year. They don't seem to get out to big leads. And it feels to me one of those games where Georgia's going to get 2 scores in the third or something, and Florida's going to come and backdoor cover at the end of the game.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm feeling. I think it's going to be close the first half. Georgia's going to push, and then Florida will mount a little comeback. It'll be a good game to watch for sure, but
it'll
be interesting to see.
It really helps that the best tight end in the league is hurt.
That Bowers, I think, moved the number a couple points.
Had to.
How good he was. So
because I think last year he had 150 yards receiving against Florida in this game. It's just oh my god.
Yeah, So you think he's worth 2 points, maybe?
I'd have to check the actual line move. Let me see if I can get that real quick. But I bet you, I don't remember if he was out before it or not. No, so it's all the same as the open. So I guess they already knew but I set number in. But yeah, it seems like that could be a swing just for how much they targeted him and how good he is.
Yeah,
it's a safety valve, right? Like,
no, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing, like Georgia has a younger quarterback who hasn't really looked that good all year yet. And he just lost his safety valve, like you guys just said, against not an older defense, but an experienced defense, because all but like 2 players from last year's team played in this game. So they know the hype and they know what it's about. I feel like they're going to get after him. I feel like they really got a chance if they got to almost play a perfect game. Let's just say that. So,
yeah. And I mean, hey, like sometimes teams just get up and play these top 2 teams. Maybe they can squeak one out. I think in what Brad was saying, like Graham Mertz has really turned it on.
Yep.
He's done a really good job. And I think that I think it's time for him to kind of step up and
show what he I bet you can definitely tell that I'm not talking into my headphones anymore. So that's going to be great.
You just changed. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, your voice changed, and I also like dropped out by accident for a second there.
Damn it. Damn it. I like looked and I was like, wait, this can't be right. Okay, well, now my audio is going to sound a whole lot better throughout this episode.
100%.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'm not being connected to a VPN anymore, so we're good there. That was an accident. I like left it on and I was like, wait, why can't I pull up the game?
All right. So I've got to play on this. I do really like Florida in this spot, just like the rest of you guys. Maybe that's the kiss of death. Who knows? But next game, BYU at Texas. I believe Texas is favored by 18. I thought it was
moving.
Is it? Did it move from this morning?
I don't think it's moved from this morning though.
Well, I just seen they announced their starter, so
yeah.
Dude, yeah. By the way. Okay, so
Ewers was the only note I had for this game, was losing him.
Well, Ewers losing him, and I thought Arch Manning was going to get the start.
True.
But they moved off of him, and Malik Murphy is starting the game. So it's like, what's going on? Like, why isn't Arch ready? Like, he was talked up all
Murphy's
the
good,
time.
Though.
Murphy isn't Murphy also a 5-star?
Yeah, I think so. He's got a hell of an arm, and he's the type of quarterback that we'll see what Quinn Ewers does at the end of the year. He may come back. He just might jump ship to the NFL.
Is he eligible?
This would be his
red shirt. Yeah, red shirt. He's a red shirt sophomore
year.
Yeah,
or sophomore.
Sophomore. Because he started at Ohio State, and now he's at Texas 2 years. So I think you see Murphy in a different uniform next year, and I think he's a stud. He might be one of them like Michael Penix guys, He like just couldn't get it going at Texas, couldn't get from like the backup role, goes to like I wouldn't say a smaller college, but like smaller in Texas.
Maybe he goes
maybe he goes to Washington, Yeah. You know who I would think would go after him and he'd excel at is UCLA.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly offense with him.
Chip Kelly offense for him. I like that.
Yeah, he does. He has a freshman quarterback that is very, very good and very, very talented. But I'll just say Murphy would excel at that offense. Yeah. Or maybe like
I'm saying he'll probably end up going to the he'll probably end up going to the Big Ten. Knowing our fucking luck, he'll probably end up going to the Big Ten.
Well, there's now like 100 schools in the Big Ten, so
yeah. I guess if he went to UCLA, he would be technically going to the Big Ten.
Really, he'd be going to the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Just completely blotched that out of my mind. I'm gonna have to.
I need to,
by the way, that
a map. I can't do it. It's too confusing.
No, like how they have the Big Ten thing where it's like the I wanna be forever. Like me, Dayton and Dad were like trying to figure out what the fuck they're gonna do with that. Whether they're gonna start at Washington. No, yeah, literally. It's gonna be like a 3.5 minute commercial, like them jumping from but it's gonna be crazy. But BYU at Texas, BYU is kind of a scratchy team. Texas really, ever since playing Alabama, has kind of sleptwalked through a lot of their games. Like, I mean, they had to play with Houston, and I don't know what's really going on with that team, but I feel like they they need to start waking up, or they're gonna lose a game that's gonna really cost them for that Big 12 championship game. So, hey, what's your take?
I mean, like you said, they kind of sleptwalk through like the rest of their games since that Alabama game, and it got them already with the Oklahoma game. I mean, Oklahoma, I still to this day think Texas is better than Oklahoma. It's just Oklahoma played better that day. I mean, you put them up against each other in the Big 12 championship, I'm going to probably put my money on Texas to win. As far as the BYU-Texas game, BYU keeps it close in the first half. BYU, like you said, is a scrappy-ass team, dude. They know how to just stay in that game until the last minute. It's just I feel like once Murphy gets going, I think they win by 17.
Yeah, BYU kind of like again, they play tough. They always play fucking tough, dude. They always play tough. Brad,
they're kind of one of them teams to just sit there and watch. You know, they're fun to watch.
Scrappy every time they play.
I can't wait to see them in the new Big 12. I feel like them, K-State, Colorado. Like, dude, those schools are probably going to start being the front runners of that conference again.
Yeah, a BYU-Utah game is top 3, one of the best rivalry games out there.
Shit, dude, Utah's going to be in the Big 12 too.
Yeah, I love watching Utah versus BYU play. It is awesome. Just screams at you. This is fucking football.
No, yeah, Brad, your take.
I'm excited for this game just to see what they do with Murphy. I think part of the reason they probably went with him over Arch is that. Oh, hello, we have a visitor.
Hi, Brooke.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, bro.
East Coast Brad gets winner's cookies, man. Winner cookies.
I'm excited to see what they do with Murphy. I think the reason Murphy's starting over Arch is because they're just going to run a lot of RPO. And it's probably easier to install in a week. I'm excited to see what happens there. It's going to be kind of a quote unquote from like the NFL contract year. Right? We're going to see what he can do, and he's going to go probably jump in the portal afterwards. And hey, this is his time to prove he's a great quarterback. I'm excited just to see what they do, but it's going to be weirdly close. It feels like one of those games where they backdoor cover it and it doesn't cover at the end, but it'll be exciting nonetheless.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, this week's kind of like not a whole lot of big games, but I think this could be one that really surprises us. This next game, Colorado at UCLA. UCLA is favored by, I want to say last time I checked, it was like 17. Yeah, minus 17, over under 61.5.
Woo!
Wow.
Colorado is coming off of a bye week after losing to Stanford. So that will be fun to reminisce and see where they're going to be there. But I think UCLA. I think the better team wins in this scenario.
Oh yeah.
I think UCLA probably wins maybe by 21. Wow. But Colorado's got a lot of soul searching. I mean, they're gonna have to really look and see. Yeah, it begs the question: is Nebraska going to end up being a better? It's going to beg the question: is Nebraska going to be a better team? Is Nebraska the better team now than Colorado is? And it begs the question because we've won our last 3 or last 2, whatever, and they've dropped their last 2. So it's like maybe we're good, maybe we're not good. I don't know. But like it's gonna be great to see. I mean, if Nebraska becomes a bowl eligible and Colorado doesn't, it'll be fun to shit talk them the entire off season. But that's kind of my take, Nate.
Just looking at this game with Colorado coming off of a bye after being embarrassed, I could see Colorado keeping it very, very close, maybe even for a chance to win it. It just feels like one of them games that it's such a high spread. Like I wouldn't even touch it. If I touched it, it'd be Colorado, plus 17. I just feel like it's one of them games that, Dion, as much as like you don't like Colorado and everything, he's going to have his guys prepared because they were embarrassed last time they stepped foot on their field.
Yeah, they did.
That was an embarrassment. And they got too many playmakers to just lay down and die right now. So I think Colorado. I like Colorado keeping it close here. You know, I think I'm gonna go with the plus 17. So
it's not a bad. Brad,
I love UCLA here. I think Colorado.
I'll ride my own ship, guys.
Colorado might be just giant frauds. We might have all been wrong and gotten a little too excited. Dion might be a cool head coach, but like his coordinators are I don't know what they do. It doesn't seem like they know whether they seem to know whether they're calling offense or defense. They're confused.
It seems like their defense, their defense is just swimming all the time.
So bad, so bad. And that UCLA offense is good. And it just seems like they are going to be so tired on offense because UCLA is going to score extremely quick. And then the offense is going to go out there. They have like 2 bad drives in a row. And all of a sudden they could be down 14 with nobody, like just shell shocked in like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So it'll be, I just, UCLA is in a prime spot. I don't know if they end up covering the number, but I think they do kind of beat them outright. And you got all the public money coming in on Colorado. So kind of made the public.
If
60% of the money's coming in on Colorado, bet the other way.
Yeah, absolutely. Staying in the Pac-12, we got the game of the day again at Utah. That game is a 2:30 kickoff. That should be the night game, in my opinion. But what do I know? It's going to be 2:30 on Fox, which, by the way, if they were smart, they would just follow College Game Day and do Big Noon. I had my spiel on last episode about Big Noon kickoff and how much of a bullshit thing that is. Fucking worthless piece of shit.
Oh, you know what? It's the Fox game. Fox got the World Series.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that would make sense. They're, Saturday they got the 8 o'clock World Series game. So I now see the move. I was like, wait a second. I think the World Series is all on Fox this year. That now makes more sense. I was like, why isn't it the night game? But
But Oregon is favored by 6.5. Over under is 47.5. Utah coming off of a huge win, obviously. Brad, you and I fucking rode that motherfucker.
Oh, I'm staking my claim right now. Utah is my number 2 college football team after LSU.
Really.
Alex Smith alma mater. I'm all in.
Hey, I love Utah, dude. I absolutely love Utah, but I do not know who to pick. Oregon's defense is great. Utah's defense is great. Utah's run game is awesome. Oregon's run game is awesome. I don't know who to pick here. Like, honestly, if you're looking for help here, boys, it's not here because I'm going to sit back and enjoy watching that. No, I'm not. I'm going to the game.
We're going
to the Skurs game.
Going to the Skurs game.
Damn it, dude. We're going to miss a hell of a game.
Having your phone on.
I think I'll be on the back 9.
Huh?
So
on the back.
Yes, Brad.
We're scraping in some fall golf. I got like 2 weeks left.
There you go.
Scraping it in. Scraping
there
you
go.
Lucky bastard.
I don't know. I think the hot hand here is I can't show my hand because I've got a pick in this game.
I pick in this game.
I think if I had to choose the pick that I'm not gonna choose, I would definitely go with the under because of what Nate was saying. Both of those defense are really, really good. I just think 47.5 is a lot. Yes, do they have the potential of hitting that? Absolutely. Like they can, like Utah showed last week with that backup quarterback that it doesn't matter if Cam Rising comes back, which he won't because Nate talked about that last episode that they're shutting him down for the whole year. So, but I feel like that backup is more than capable of scoring some points.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just whether they can. Both teams love to set up the pass with the run, and both are really good at it. And it could be just one of those knockout, drag-out type of games. Brad?
Let me tell you right now, Utah has won 18 straight at home.
Really? That's another thing. Yeah,
the Utes win at home. They go. That's all they do. So I'm liking it. I'm feeling strongly towards the Utes.
That might be the decision maker.
Yeah, for sure. Moving from the Pac-12 to the night game in the Big Ten, Ohio State at Wisconsin. This game could get ugly. It could be a good game, but right now it's Ohio State minus 14.5. Over under is 44.5. Wisconsin was in a fucking dogfight with Illinois last week. And they are playing with a backup quarterback. They're kind of still trying to find their identity on offense. Now, all you need to do is just run the ball. Use Braylon Allen as your hammer and just hammer.
It's
I know.
It's like they forgot that. Wisconsin.
No, absolutely. Yeah, they just
kind of
like just run the ball.
Yep.
No, yeah, I agree.
I feel like Wisconsin is really struggling without Mordecai behind the center there.
Agreed.
I think they're going to try their best to give Braylon Allen his touches in the backup, who I don't even know his name, but I'm sure he's just as good as Braylon Allen, because it just seems like they reload there. But I don't think it's enough to help them out in this situation. I think Ohio State does pull away here. I think Ohio State flexes their muscles a little bit here and beats maybe their top team in the West right now. So, Brad?
Yeah.
I could not figure out a read on this game. I was trying to figure out something to bet on it. I was trying to figure out anything, and everything you look at, it's Wisconsin's really good at home, but then they're also not great at covering the spread at home this year. It's real weird.
Yeah.
I cannot get a feel for this game at all. And at the end of the day, it seems like Ohio State's just really, really good at football, and Wisconsin's solid, but they might just kind of come out on top, and it'll be maybe close, but it feels like Ohio State just kind of wins this by 7 or something. And they,
really?
It's never really a question. It's like a late touchdown, and all of a sudden it's a 7-10 point game somewhere in there. And Ohio State kind of had it in control the whole time.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's totally fair. I don't know. I kind of like Ohio State had to really fight for that win last week against Penn State. And maybe
Wisconsin,
that rolls over. I mean, both teams had Wisconsin had a tough game with Illinois, so that might.
Yeah, they had to fight to win against Illinois, and Penn State's way better than Illinois, just competition-wise. So I don't see how you can not pick Ohio State in this game, just because what is Wisconsin's identity right now? Like Brad said, it's usually run, and sprinkle in a tight end down the middle of the fucking field, but this year they're flirting with that pass, I think, a little too much. And that's what Fickle did at Cincinnati. He threw the shit out of the ball and he ran the shit out of the ball. He could, he got great players.
Yeah.
There. It's just right now they're not set up for that yet. So just Ohio State big here.
I don't know. 14.5 is a lot of
points.
Camp Randall.
Are you showing your card, Luke, or not?
No, I'm not. Camp Randall at night is a tough place to play.
It is.
Nebraska's had to do it a couple of times, and they haven't been able to pull out a victory. So
that was my whole feel of it. It was I think this is massively Ohio State, and then it was Wisconsin night game.
Night game.
Now it feels gross. Now I don't know.
Yeah, agreed. And to the last game of the day. Obviously, the homer picks here. Nebraska 2.5 over under. I think it's 38.5, if I remember correctly. Over under 39.5. I don't.
You need a little help, Luke.
No, I don't. I think we could win by 3. No, I think we could win by 3. It's just like we said last episode, the first one to 20 is going to win this game. That's literally what it's going to come down to.
Yep.
And there's chance of real snow. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's a chance of snow, man. Snow.
Game.
And we're going to the game.
Hey, last time it snowed in Memorial Stadium during a game, we beat number 9 Michigan State 9-7.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we did.
I love our chances. We got a little easier opponent here.
Yeah.
I don't. And the other thing is I feel like they're winning ugly games, which I talked about last episode, which is I'm okay with. We need to see a little bit more progress on the offensive side of the ball. I know, Brad, you probably don't know this, but we've lost our entire offensive line.
Yeah, we don't get
our running back here. Yeah, we've lost.
Don't worry, you probably you get enough from just us, our two dumbasses talking about them all the time.
This is where I get all of it.
Yeah, no, we're playing with guys that we didn't even think were going to start or play this year.
Yeah, they were going.
That's kind of where we're at on offense, but our defense is really showing the fuck up. Like, they only allowed 5 yards rushing in the second half last week. The defense will have to really play well. Purdue's defense is also pretty good. Oh shit, the transfer from Texas, who was teammates with Casey Thompson. He's a dual threat guy. So I mean, not Marcus. No, I'm talking about for Purdue's quarterback.
Oh shit, Card.
Yeah,
Hudson Card.
Yeah, Hudson Card.
Yeah, sorry,
Hudson
I wasn't
Card.
even paying attention.
He's a Texas transfer. Was on the team with when Casey Thompson was also there. So I think Nebraska has a good opportunity. They, just like we were saying, just go 1-0. Just every single game, go 1-0. And I think they need to rush for over 200 yards this game to get the W. Bless you, Nate.
That felt good.
Free up the system a little bit.
All right, go ahead, Nate.
I'm with you, Luke. Nebraska's just got to win 1-0. We can't turn the ball over near as much as we do because Purdue is coming in with a better defense than Northwestern is. I like our chances big here. I mean, we're not going to go out there and put 40 points. I'm just saying I like our chances not to be in threat of losing the game here. I think our defense keeps them out of the end zone. They may give up a couple field goals. They may even do the typical Nebraska defense where the team Purdue will score first right away, first possession, and then not at all the rest of the game. God, I hope I'm freaking right here, but I think we have a decent day on offense. I think with Purdue's matchups against our run game and everything, our young kids up front have to, they have to play their ass off. Yeah, all they got to do is not fuck up, don't false start, don't hold, block the person in front of you. We're gonna run the ball all fucking day. We're gonna call ball game when we win. I don't know. So I like our chances here. I'm not really worried about it yet. Maybe right at kickoff, ask me that question again, and we'll see. So, but I've always looked at Purdue as a team Nebraska should just roll, and that has not been the case the last 7 years. So, yeah, we'll see. Yep. But I still like Nebraska here. I'll homer the shit out of this game.
Brad.
All right. It's kind of shocking, guys. Only like 2.5 point favorites at home over Purdue. That smells funny as a line for a Purdue team that's not like studly this year, but 2-5, and they're 2-5 against the spread too. Feels like you guys should cover that, but it will be, like you said, close game. First one to 20 might win, especially if it's snowy and nasty out there for y'all. That feels that feels kind of like they get to 20 and Purdue gets to 13, and that's the game.
Yeah. Hey, no, I'll take it all day. It really is.
No, and you're absolutely right. And I think the line changed after it was announced that we lost like 2 of our starting offensive linemen, and that kind of changed because it came out as 4 and it dropped 2 points.
Oh wow.
So that's I think that's why. And I mean, this game is if it's gonna snow, they know what you're gonna do. You just gotta execute better. You just gotta execute better than the other guy.
If the weather does become a factor in this game, I think it helps Nebraska because we're not going to go out there and throw 300 yards on you. We're going to run the shit out of the ball. Whereas Purdue, they like to throw the ball, So
so that might affect them.
Excited.
And Nate and I will be at the game, not sitting together, but we will be in the stadium. So
be riding together.
We'll have fun. Hopefully, it's not the same outcome as when we watched the Michigan game. I don't think it will be, but we'll see. Let's hope not. Now to Pickem record, college football week 9. Right now, I'm sitting at 17-12. Nate's sitting at 15-12, and Brad is sitting at 7-3. Brad,
yeah, good week last week. I think it was 4-1 last week. Yeah.
All right, my first pick. We were all pretty good.
My lock of the week, kind of hinted at this earlier. I'm becoming the podcast resident Utah fan. I think we're going to dedicate myself to Utah every time LSU's not playing. Utah plus 6.5 at home. They could win this outright. Like I said, 18 straight at home. Give me the Utes. And they've also just beat Oregon's ass for, I think, the past like 3 straight matchups. They're just all in on the Utes plus 6.5 at home. Love that number.
Yeah.
That's such a Lee Corso stat. 18 in a row at home.
18 in a row at home, baby. Utes don't lose.
All right, so for my first college pick'em game, I'm going to go to the Big Ten, and I'm going Penn State versus Indiana. Penn State's 31.5. I am going to take Indiana plus 31.5. Okay?
That's
Penn State wins big. Penn State wins big. Not 31.5, though.
Yep. For my first pick, I am also riding with Utah plus 6.5. I think Brad just convinced me. Like, I had this on my board before Brad even said anything, but 18 straight at home. They've had Oregon's number. They beat they've proven me right. They've proven me right every single week. And I just, you gotta ride them. You gotta ride them. I don't have an Iowa under this week, so I gotta ride them. I gotta ride them for sure thing. So give me the Utes at plus 6.5 against Oregon. Brad,
my number 2 pick. Hinted this one earlier too. Florida plus 14.5. I think it's a 2-score game, but I think it's like 10 points. And I think Florida, like I said, they backdoor cover this right at the end. Gets interesting. They like miss an onside kick to end the game, and it's over. They make it kind of stressful. Georgia's obviously a powerhouse, but losing Bowers hurts, and I think Florida kind of comes out strong. So we'll take that as the second pick.
Good pick. Good pick. I'm going to go with Clemson versus North Carolina State. Clemson 9.5. I don't like what I see with Clemson at all.
Ooh.
Like I really don't. So I'm going to take North Carolina State wins this outright here.
Oh,
money line.
I love that.
Yep,
Taking
line.
a money
love
line.
That.
Yep.
Oh,
go ahead, Luke. Clemson's playing like shit.
I was gonna say Clemson's on my shit list. I lost 2 massive bets on them this year. They're on the shit list.
Yeah. For my second pick, I am actually going to ride with Wisconsin plus 14.5. I think that's a lot of numbers. I think this is a spot where Ohio State kind of struggles, and Wisconsin plays up to the competition. 14.5 is a lot. 14.5 with Wisconsin at home, Camp Randall at night. I feel like this is a big trap game to me for Ohio State. And I mean, they could score 10 and win by 10, but Wisconsin's still going to cover. So give me the Badgers at 14.5. Brad?
All right. So my third pick is going to be Kansas plus 9.5 versus Oklahoma. That Kansas team is kind of underrated. That offense is really good. I mean, their quarterback's not stellar, but he's above average, and that's kind of a lot in college for when you consider what that could be. It feels like Oklahoma's kind of played over their head too this whole entire year. So I think Kansas kind of comes in there, surprises some people, and they cover that 9.5. They get right up in there, which I really like that.
I was definitely going to take that at one point, and then I talked myself out of it because I picked Texas. I picked Kansas when they played Texas, and they did not cover whatsoever. So that's great. Great look for me. Nate.
My third pick, I'm going Louisville versus Duke. Louisville's favored by 4.5.
Ooh.
Kind of questioning it right now. Fuck it. I'm taking Duke plus 4.5 here. I like Mike Elko. I think he's a hell of a coach. I like the Dukies here. No other reason than.
Is Luke Riley playing? Do we know yet?
I don't know.
I would definitely want Duke if Riley's playing.
Yeah. I hate even going against Jeff Brom because I like Jeff Brom. I liked him at Purdue. He's a strong coach. He knows the X's and O's. He knows how to draw up a hell of an offense in a game plan. I like Duke here. I'm going to go with Dookie. Plus 4.5.
All right. God, again, me and Brad are on the same wavelength. And it's really kind of annoying me because I'm like, he gets to go first. And then it's like, well, that's my fucking pick. I got Florida plus 14.5 as well. I haven't seen what I've wanted to see out of Georgia. And I think Florida plays up to the competition. Georgia might win this game, but they ain't winning by 2 touchdowns. They haven't showed me that they can win by 2 touchdowns, especially not against Vanderbilt. Yes, I understand that Georgia's coming off a bye week. That makes a difference. That does make a difference. But 14.5, a lot of points, especially in a rivalry game. This game is going to be tough as long as Graham Mertz plays well. Give me the Gators.
If they fucking lose by 21, I'm gonna beat your ass, so Luke.
Not my fault.
My next one, we're going a little local here, and we're going Maryland -14 over Northwestern.
No, you're picking the hometown team this one?
Picking the whole team. Maryland's a real interesting team. I kind of laid down the line for them earlier, where they go in and play a big game and get close, and then they just get smoked the next week. But they lost to Illinois, and I think they're going to just kind of come out. This Northwestern team's not that great, and I don't think Northwestern's faced a quarterback like Talia, and I think they cover that 14, and they just kind of play up, and they have another big win going into Penn State next week. Penn State's at Maryland next week, so they're gonna hype it up. They're gonna feel good. They're gonna be like, we got some momentum going to Penn State, and then Penn State's gonna blow their doors off.
That could definitely happen.
Yep.
Nate,
my fourth pick. I'm gonna go with a lower ranking level here. I'm gonna go with Tulane versus Rice.
Ooh.
Tulane's favored by 10.5. Give me Tulane here. The Green Wave. They look pretty strong. I think they flex on Rice a little bit, and hopefully they get after Luke McCaffrey on Rice and show him who's boss.
Sorry, with my fourth pick, I am also riding high on North Carolina State. Clemson has not showed anything. Dabo needs to adjust to the times, or he's going to be left behind. And I just don't get warm, fuzzy feelings from Clemson. And I think NC State, this is the time for them to kind of show up. They played well against Notre Dame early in the season, so I like North Carolina State +10. Brad?
All right, my fifth and final pick is going to be UCLA team total over 39.5. I think, kind of hinting at it earlier, I think UCLA is just going to come out there and smoke Colorado when it comes to points. They're going to just put up a ton of points against this terrible, porous defense, and they're really solid offense. I didn't feel comfortable taking any -60.5 for that game. Colorado is going to hang in there because their offense is good, but UCLA's offense is awesome, and I think they're going to put up some serious points against that awful, awful Colorado defense.
My fifth and final college pick of the day. Like I said earlier in the episode, I'm homering the shit out of the Huskers. They're favored 2.5. I'm taking them 2.5. Go Big Red.
My final pick is also going to be.
Come on, Luke.
Come on, Luke. This is I the Huskers. I'm taking the Huskers -2.5. I think this is a game that they could win by 3, or they could I think they cover the 2.5 spread. I feel a lot better taking them at -2.5 than at -11, like 11.5, like I did last week.
If this game was 7, I don't know if I'd take it then.
I see. Yeah, me neither.
2.5 is comfortable, very comfortable here.
I agree. I absolutely agree, and I think that's a great play. Brad, your 5 picks.
My 5 picks are Utah +6.5, Florida +14.5, Kansas +9.5, Maryland -14, and then UCLA team total over 39.5. That's what we're rolling with this week.
Jim.
All right, my college picks is the first pick is Penn State versus Indiana +31.5. I'm rolling with the Hoosiers. Second pick is NC State versus Clemson. I'm taking NC State +9.5. Third pick is Duke versus Louisville. I'm rolling with Duke +4.5. Fourth pick is Tulane versus Rice. I'm rolling with the Green Wave at 10.5. And my fifth and final pick, Nebraska versus Purdue, 2.5. Give me Huskers.
Mine are Utah +6.5, Wisconsin +14.5, Florida +14.5, NC State +10, and Nebraska -2.5. Ride, fade, do whatever you want. That's our college picks. Now into the NFL, but GBR. I didn't put.
We die, Luke.
Yeah, we die. I didn't put Thursday Night Football because it's probably going on right now. Do you guys have any bets on that?
I do. I have 2 rolling on that one. I got Rachaad White over 44.5 rushing yards. He's at 8 right now. It's not looking hot at the end of the second. And then I got Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. He's got 1 through a quarter. Not great, but they just Tampa just stuffed Buffalo on the 1, and they got the ball back.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I'm tired of fucking Buffalo. Luke.
No, I agreed. I'm gonna make that a clip. I'm gonna make that a clip if they lose. But first game,
stadium though.
Jags.
Great place to catch a game.
Oh, is it really?
No, I went there a couple years ago. It was awesome. It is like a college football atmosphere that like the Bills Mafia is legit. They are there. I think we showed up. It was a 1:00 game. I think we showed up to the tailgate at like 8, and the lots were already packed.
Are the overbearing there? Like, are they like yelling at you if you got a form there? Or they
are really welcoming because we were all like, hey, we're out of towners. They were playing the Ravens, my buddies' teams. I don't know how I ended up going to Buffalo in December with my friends. That was they don't own a map, I guess. I don't know. That was a terrible mistake. It was very cold, but they were all really nice. They're all shockingly large amount of Canadians. There was a ton of Canadians, and I had a Caps beanie on, and I did not get chirped anything for the actual game. I just got chirped for wearing a Caps beanie. And I was like, good. What are you guys chirping me about? Like, we're a solid team. Like, oh, no, we're Maple Leafs fans. I'm like, why? Like, we're from Toronto. I was like, hold on, what? No, this makes no sense. It is also a very sad town. I would not suggest a vacation in Buffalo. It is not a great place.
No.
We went to the casino there, and it was the saddest place I've ever been. The guy next to me put down a whole pack of Pall Malls in 45 minutes. It was honestly
oh my god!
While I was playing blackjack, and we were chatting up, and I just looked at just the ashtray just getting filled. I was like, oh my god,
that's hilarious.
I was thrown off for smoking inside at first, and I was like, oh my god.
I don't really have a play for Thursday Night Football. It's already happening. Yeah. I just really don't give a shit about that game. Jags at Steelers. Jim, how are you feeling about the Steelers team? They did pull out a win against the Rams last week. And I think they could be a dangerous team going through the second half of the season. What's your gauge on this team for the Jags?
I would say I'm not going to show my hand because I have this as a Pickem game, but obviously you're probably going to know who I'm picking. As a Pittsburgh standpoint, I really don't like Canada as an OC. I think he's a terrible play caller. Just some of the shit they do is like, even when, who are they playing? They were playing some guy or some team 2 weeks ago or something. Oh, it was Baltimore. It was before they went to England. Yep. And Steelers, like, they threw a deep ball from a check, apparently, and Kenny Pickett checked it in the huddle and said, no, we're going to run this. Hey, like a hot route, whatever you want to call it. And Pickens just ran a post route. And that was apparently, for some odd reason, they come out and say, oh, yeah, that wasn't the play call. Why the fuck would you even mention that wasn't the play call? That just looks bad on the OC now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think their offense is – they got some playmakers, but the person calling the offense really kills that team. I have nothing but respect for Mike Tomlin. I love the guy. I hope if they ever do get rid of him, like someone picks him up the very next day, because that dude is a baller of a head coach.
Yeah.
How he's not one coach of the year is unbelievable.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, I agree.
Like, he should get a retroactive for the Antonio Brown stuff alone. Like,
absolutely
agreed.
He had to deal with Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. I mean, dude, James Harrison, like, he probably wasn't a peach to hang around.
No.
I mean, so I like Jacksonville. I would probably even say by 10 here, because I think Jacksonville has some dudes on their team to really blow this game open. The only thing Pittsburgh has going for them, I think it's just a home field advantage. So, give me the Jags 2.5 here.
Yeah, the Jags seem like the play here. I'm just worried about whether the offensive line can keep Lawrence clean, because TJ Watt is playing himself into a defensive player of the year for sure.
Yep,
and
for sure.
I don't know. I think
one of the best.
Yeah.
True game breaker. Just true game breaker.
No, yeah. I think I don't know. I think the Jags are the better team, but like the Steelers are playing hot ball right now. They're playing hot ball.
It feels gross. I don't want to touch anything with the Steelers because I just don't know what they're going to do any given week. They're going to look terrible for 3 quarters and then somehow win. It's going to make no sense, and I don't want to touch anything with the Steelers.
Yeah, agreed. Second game.
I mean, they have 4 wins right now, but they're so ugly.
Yeah.
Like they're not,
margin of win is like 7
to
3 points. Yeah, they're not. It'll be close. Eagles at Commanders. Brad,
We suck.
Okay.
It's over. We are screwed.
That's my summation. We suck. We are a terrible, terrible football team. It is hard to watch. I don't know what is going on with this team right now. That O-line it's awful. Sam Howell's holding the ball for too long, but also Eric Bieniemy has now become a punching bag here, and rightfully so, because he constantly is calling 5 and 7-step drops for Sam Howell, and our offensive line can't protect. The only time this team looked good at all last week was when they were doing 2-step drops and quick passes. It took them until the fourth quarter to run a screen pass. They were blitzing us all day. It is ugly right now for the Commanders, and that O-line, we've got a new center coming in this week who actually I think is much better than Gates.
Is Nick Gates getting moved to like guard?
Hey man,
Nick Gates is now taking out the trash after practice, and they're worried about him holding on to the trash or just being near it because he might just miss it completely. That we look awful. It's interleague. We always kind of play the Eagles well. The past couple of years.
Oh yeah, earlier. you guys were their only loss.
We hung with them.
You guys last year was their only loss.
We hung with them. We always play them well, but this team is gross right now. There's nothing to feel good about on this team outside the fact that next year everyone will be gone.
That's rough.
Not feeling good.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. I feel that a lot for you because especially after watching the Eagles kind of like, well, like here's the other thing: the Eagles really haven't looked top notch all year, especially on offense. Once you gotta hope that your defense can at least get a turnover or turn something like a negative into a positive, because Jalen Hurts isn't playing 100%. He's got that knee brace on. He's gonna play off like it's not that big of a deal, but I think it's a bigger deal than everything that they want to lead on. I think you guys, you keep it close. I think you guys keep it close because it's like all you can really do is just hope and pray that you don't give up a deep ball. And I mean, as long as you guys play your best defensive game, I think you guys got a shot at winning the game. You guys have proven it. It literally is. And I like your spot out on your defensive line specifically. I think your defensive line is your best strength of your team right now. And just like the Huskers have to, you have to rely on that defense to they might have to score, man. They might have to score.
The other key thing here too, it's a home game for the Commanders. We've sold out all year because of no longer having Dan Snyder. However, we sold out this game. That means nothing because the Eagles travel very well down here. I would guess it's probably a 60-40 split, 60 Eagles. It is going to be relatively a home game for the Eagles.
Yeah.
And I also feel like we play better in Philly. We don't play well at home at all, ever. And I think that kind of flips it.
Yeah, for sure. Next game, Chiefs at Broncos. Do they make it 17 in a row? Man, that
yes.
Honestly, I think they do. The way that Broncos organization is being run right now, it's sickening, to be honest.
It's a disaster.
Like it's like Sean Payton came in and went, all of you guys are fucking losers. Y'all are all on the chopping block, except for Russ. Yeah. Like, Russ is having a decent year, a quiet year. And I don't know, like, it's just so weird for him to have, like, a good, consistent year, but they can't turn it into wins. It's so strange. Holmes and the boys are riding high off of a huge win last week. That defense is just, it's top 5 in the league. It's the best defense I've ever seen. For Andy Reid, at least they've had some pretty stout defenses in the 90s and everything like that with DT. But man, this screams trap game to me, because after this game they go to Germany and they play the Dolphins, and I feel like this is a trap game for the Chiefs. But who knows? Beat them 16 times in a row. Maybe they can make it 17. Maybe they don't. But it's kind of a toss up where I feel with this game right now. But Jim,
I can't believe you're even questioning that Chiefs would lose this game. Broncos are like ass, man. They're ass.
No.
Ain't going to show my hand yet because that's part of my pick,
You
man. That's part of my pick.
I got a pick on this game too, but the Broncos
God
suck.
damn it.
They lost to us, and I saw this line being -7, and I thought it was a fucking joke. I was like, there is no way. They're only. I don't care that it's in Denver. Who cares? That's like not a real thing anymore. To that elevation thing, like they've done all the studies now.
Yeah.
Like we have too much analytics to like we know what to like. Everyone knows what to do. I was. There is no way the Broncos even come close. They are terrible. They are a terrible, terrible team.
Until they get rid of
feel any better.
Everything.
Yeah, they'll be solid here when they maybe have Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
We'll
seen
see.
a TikTok. We all seen Jurassic Park, the first one.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I seen a TikTok of the brother and sister hiding in the kiddos chasing them, and when they showed the brother and sister, it said Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison. And then when the Raptor shows its face in the window, it was the Bears. It was so funny.
Oh my god!
I giggled.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Moving on, Bengals at 49ers. This might be the best game of the day. This has the potential of being the best game of the day.
Interesting.
Cincinnati coming in off of did they have a bye last week? They had a bye last week.
Yes, they were on a bye last week. Yep.
Yeah, they're coming off a bye. The Niners are coming off of their second straight loss. I don't know. It could be a sneaky game. Joe Burrow's basically healthy now. Jamar Chase, 7-11. I think they had this defense is the 49ers defense has struggled a lot this last week. And Kirk Cousins was able to throw for over 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where T. Higgins is at this point, but that they set up that run with Joe Mixon, and they just gotta feed Joe Mixon and do a play action off of that and just try to hit Chase and Higgins and as much as they can. And I kind of like Cincinnati in this game just because of the rest that they got. Obviously, past Super Bowls, I know that shit doesn't matter, but it's a rivalry. I would say that this is one of the rivalries in the NFL that are always interesting, and they have two good teams. Brock Purdy is out, concussion protocol. It's Sam Darnold's team now. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, I think the Bengals are the play here, but not quite sure. Jim,
I kind of like what you said. The Bengals here. Joe Burr's, he's getting healthy. If he's 100%, great. Jamar Chase, Chase is looking better, and that whole team's starting to come back together and settle down from the beginning of the season with the slow start and everything. And you look at the Niners, they're kind of reeling right now. They're something because CMC, is he hurt? Is he 100% here? He just doesn't look the same. Brock Purdy's going to be out, and I really felt like Brock Purdy was starting to get figured out by other teams. So I'm liking the Cincinnati pick here. I'm not 100% sure, but I think with Cincinnati starting to figure shit out and backup quarterback for the Niners coming in, I think the Niners might have a tough game on their hands here.
Brad?
Cincy, I think, has finally remembered that they're one of the best teams in the NFL. Burrow's healthy.
Yep.
Burrow and Chase is going to be an unbeatable combo forever. It's Bengals having Sam Darnold, or the 49ers having Sam Darnold as a starter is just, it doesn't matter. It's hard for me to even tell because they can plug any quarterback in there in that system and they play well, but no Debo, hurt McCaffrey, and a Bengals team that is well rested and is now good again. I would be very concerned for the Niners here.
You giggling for?
Your face. You're just so surprised all the time.
I will ride my LSU boys to the death. Those two they brought me the most joy I've had in a while, so I will ride those two guys for a long time.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
And we are at Bears at Chargers. Oh God. Bears at Chargers. This is a game if Brandon Staley does not fucking throw the ball or use any of his offensive weapons, they should just take him out back. All the other his ass. Because literally there's no point There's no point of not fucking winning this game. The Bears are not good. Not good. You're playing against you're playing against a backup who played Division II football. Granted, he was awesome in Division II. They got him win last week. You got to take advantage, man. You got to get wins. I still can't believe that Justin Herbert is one of the, like statistically, like when it comes to wins and losses, he's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, which makes zero sense to me. He is so talented. They gave up. They have all those weapons. They just got to execute, man. Execute. Don't do stupid ass shit. They should win this game by 14 if they don't fuck around. They just got to play good ball. That's all I got on that one.
I mean, like, Staley needs to figure his shit out, or like, if they don't, like, win this game handily, then fucking old Yeller his ass. That's a great fucking line there, Luke. I love that.
Oh, that's it. This is not my DEGEN play of the week. Well, I have two of them for us later. But the best bet of this game might be Brandon Staley, first coach fired. like if they lose, I don't know if he gets back. Like I don't know if he can make it out of the stadium. They might just fire him then. There is no reason they should lose this team, and I feel not confident they're going to win. They're such a better team, and I have no confidence in their coaching staff at all to pull this out.
Literally, all you have to do is don't fuck it up. Let Kellen Moore cook, dude. Do not hold him back at all.
Why? Why does everyone hate him for some reason?
I don't understand. Like, he's a good play caller. Yeah. Like, he puts them in good positions to win, and it's like, no, I don't. No. Like, the fact that Brandon Staley was a quarterback, he's not an offensive-minded head coach, is so fucking weird to me.
Yeah,
so weird.
Ugly. And I like the Chargers. They're such a fun team for most of my life, and like
I love watching their offense. Like, seriously, it's so fucking irritating. And then last game we got Raiders at Lions. I like the bounce back game here for the Lions. Yeah. The Raiders are not a good team. Like, literally, the AFC West is a fucking dumpster fire.
Terrible.
The Chiefs are the only consistent team. Everybody. Year in, year out. Oh, are the Chargers going to give the Chiefs a run for their money? Oh, are the Broncos going to get – are the Raiders? No, absolutely not. Because you handed your organization to Josh McDaniels, who is nothing but an offensive coordinator. He is not a coach.
Because you pay him too much money.
Like, why in the fuck is nobody in the AFC West besides the Chiefs, like, competent? None of them. They're not competent whatsoever. It's crazy to me. But I think the Raiders Max Crosby has got to be getting tired of it. If I was on that team, if I was Max Crosby, I am the best player on that team. I'd be asking for a trade tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because he puts his ass on. He shows up. They just can't find ways to win. And Devontae Adams, why the fuck aren't they using him? He should be getting most of their targets and doing play action. But Jimmy G's out. Like, stop making excuses for Josh McDaniels. That motherfucker is not head coach material. He's not. No, he hasn't proven it.
It's their own goddamn fault because they paid fucking Jimmy G. What has Jimmy G done that is worthy of his contract? Oh, he brought San Francisco to the Super Bowl. Dude, did he really though? Or did that fucking defense? Like, shut the fuck up about.
Like I said earlier, does the quarterback even matter in that system? Like
does it? Like, honestly,
does it? We might find out this weekend if Sam Darnold looks good. Like, well, maybe it's just there. Maybe Kyle is that good, which he probably is.
Yeah. I like the Lions here.
Yeah, I do.
I like the Lions here. I think Dan Campbell is a great head coach. He gets them up. They played the fucking Ravens, who. Colin Cowherd put them as in his hierarchy as number one over the Chiefs.
Wow.
Which, what the fuck are you smoking? I mean, Lamar Jackson's haven't had himself a good game, but they need to be consistent on offense and defense. And they're not. And I like the Lions here. I think the Lions are the play. Anything else that we want to really talk about on any other game really catch your eye here in the slate that I didn't mention?
Not really, yeah. Nothing too big. It's kind of a icky weekend all around. Good weekend for baseball.
It really is. It really, we do. We do have some baseball. NFL Pickem. Do I have the records correct on this one? I think I might.
I got smoked in the NFL last week. I'm pretty sure I did not do
that. I'm sitting at 15-13. Nate's sitting at 10-13. And Brad, after a shitty weekend last week, is now 3-7. Man, you really flip-flopped. You said that college wasn't your game, but you have a better record in college here than you do. That's just, it's rough. But Brad, start us off.
Number 1 pick, Jags at Steelers. We're going to go Christian Kirk, receiving yards over 52.5. Guy's been just an absolute stud for them all year, and that number seemed low. Even though the Steelers defense is solid, it feels like he's just going to get the targets anyway. They seem to just not want to throw the ball to Calvin Ridley for some reason. And
yeah, it's so fucking annoying.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't get it, but they keep throwing the ball to Kirk, and it feels like 52.5 is low. So I'll take the over on that one.
Nice. Jim?
My first NFL Pickem game is Philadelphia versus Washington. Sorry, Brad, but I got to go Philadelphia -7 here.
Smart play.
All right, Luke, go.
For my first pick, I like the Bengals +3.5. I think the Niners are going to struggle. Not saying that Sam Darnold isn't a good quarterback. I just think they're going to struggle, and the Bengals are off a bye week. Zach Taylor's a competent head coach, seems to be like one of the only coaches that is competent in this day and age. Him, Sirianni, and Andy Reid, but like those three, I feel like those and Shanahan, like that's literally everybody else is a fucking crapshoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Bengals +3.5 for my first pick.
All right, my second one, Chiefs -7. How this line is only 7, I don't know. If it was 14, I think I'd still take the Chiefs. The Broncos are trash.
All right, my second pick. My second pick. This is a first for me, guys, because both of you got me into this, Luke. And this one is for your fantasy team because I'm pulling for you, buddy. Pulling for you. Ridley anytime touchdown.
Stop, please. Please. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
No, he had
a
bad. He had a quiet game last week, and I think this week they target him. I think this is the week for him. I think Kirk. I like Kirk getting his over on yards too, but I think anytime touchdown, they'll safe bet here for Ridley.
Agreed. I like that pick. I talked about it earlier. My second pick is Detroit -8. I feel like this should be 14 because I feel like the Lions are a top 5 team in the NFL and the Raiders fucking suck. Yeah, they're not going to have David Montgomery, but they've got Jahmyr Gibbs. If they use him in the offense, Jared Goff's going to cook. I like the Lions here. I think they're the better team. Hungry dog runs faster. That's just how it is. Give me the Lions -8. Brad.
My third pick is going to be Bengals money line. I will bet against Sam Darnold as long as Sam Darnold is starting. And again, I think the Bengals found their stride. They remember they're a really good football team. They got a nice bye and a little rest. I think they needed their early bye for once. I think they're a team that's going to benefit from it.
Yep. Jim?
My third pick, I'm going to go with the Saints-Colts game. I'm going to bet the under on 43.5. I think this is a toilet bowl game. I think both offenses kind of struggle here. Maybe Jonathan Taylor can have another week like he did last week. I mean, I think he had more receiving yards than rushing yards.
Yeah.
He had a couple tutties. So
yeah,
I like the under in this game. I think this is a toilet bowl game.
With my third pick, I am taking the Kansas City Chiefs -7. I was playing you guys. This game is going to be a fucking boat race. We're going to get 17 straight on these bitch asses, and I think that's the record is 17 straight against one opponent.
It's gonna be 1-16.
No. I think the Chiefs really are all dialed in right now. The defense is playing well. Mahomes is finally. I think the offense is starting to figure it out, and I just like the Chiefs here. They're the better team. They're playing a franchise that is in shambles right now. Doesn't know what to do on offense, doesn't know what to do on defense. I like our chances here. Give me -7. Brad?
This will be my fourth pick of it, and I'm going CJ Stroud over 1.5 touchdowns. They're playing the Panthers.
Go back to the moneymaker.
CJ Stroud is my moneymaker. I would like to note on my previous record, I need a -1 at the end and a -1 loss. I got voided back by Bijan Robinson bet. They gave me my 20 back. So
I will give you. I will. You know what? Just because you said
my money back on that one, but
I will give you a 3. I will give you a 3. You'll be 3-6. We won't
3-6-1. Yeah, 3-6-1. Give me a push or something. That was give me my money back. But CJ Stroud, moneymaker, he's been good all year, and the Panthers suck. And that's a plus
the Panthers are awful
on that over 1.5.
Where are you finding these plus, dude? What the hell?
That was on DraftKings. I'm gonna bet all these once we're done. I haven't betted them all yet, but I'm putting my money where my mouth is for all these, just to ride it because it's way more fun.
I love that. Nate,
my fourth pick. I'm gonna keep it nice and simple for you, Lucas. Mahomes plus 300 yards passing. Easy money.
That one. Yep.
Easy money.
He's played really well in Denver.
Travis Kelce has 190 of it.
Yeah.
I don't think Taylor's going to bet on that.
Yeah, so? Taylor might not be there. Who knows?
Taylor might not be there. That was the funniest fucking thing.
Stat
when Taylor's there, he averages 99 yards when kept to his own devices. Like, who says that?
Unreal.
Like, so fucking weird. So weird. With my fourth pick, I'm going to go with the Chargers. Brandon Staley, get it figured out. Justin Herbert, please just throw the ball to Keenan Allen. Get Austin Eckler some touches in the red zone. And that's all I'm asking. Just win. Just win. Brad?
My fifth pick is going to be Eagles minus 3.5 in the first half. Washington is so bad in the first half, and they pretty much give a touchdown on every opening drive. So they're going to be a 7-point hole off top. So I like the Eagles minus 3.5 in that first half.
All right, Nate? For my final pick, I am taking just like college. I'm going to homer the shit out of my team. Jacksonville versus Pittsburgh. Jacksonville's favored 2.5. Easy money, dogs. Easy money. Duval.
And with my final pick, I am going to take the Rams plus 6 against the Cowboys. Call me crazy. I think this defense is scary. I just don't have any faith in the Dallas Cowboys because they always will do Dallas Cowboys shit and always manage to lose. And I think this is a game where Cooper Kupp really takes advantage. Puka gets a chance to go. Yeah, he gets some touches. I like the Rams here plus money. But I'm also gonna ride Nate's Mahomes over 300 passing.
Yeah, I like that. That's
I like that a lot. I like that. I like that play too. Brad, your rundown on your picks.
So my picks are Christian Kirk over 52.5 yards. We have Chiefs minus 7, Bengals money line, CJ Stroud over 1.5 touchdown passes, and then Eagles minus 3.5 first half. Then I'll give my DEGEN picks when we're done.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So my first pick, I have Philly minus 2 over Washington. Second pick, I have Jacksonville minus 2.5 over Pittsburgh. Third pick, I have Saints Colts under the 43.5. Fourth pick, I have Ridley anytime touchdown. Fifth pick, I have Holmes plus 300 yards passing. Let's do it. Luke, go ahead.
I've got Cincinnati plus 3.5, Detroit minus 8, Kansas City minus 7, Mahomes over 300 passing yards, the Chargers minus 8.5, and Rams plus 6. Now, for everyone's favorite segment, Brad's DEGEN Corner.
Yeah, we got two of them this week. One's kind of sort of DEGEN-y. One is definitely.
Here we go.
The first one we kind of touched on it earlier today. D-backs and 7 at plus 600. Kind of fun. Just sprinkle a little money on it. Just see, root for a game 7, root for the underdog. It'll be kind of just fun to have money on that. So that's betting with the heart. No logic on that one. My next one, which is the true DEGEN pick, currently going on somewhere in Europe. I don't know where. The European Darts Championship is happening.
Yes.
So tomorrow,
darts. Yes.
So tomorrow, Saturday at 7 a.m., Michael Smith and Peter Wright are facing off in a huge darts match. Peter Wright today went down 4-1 games, came back, brought it 4-4, then went 5-5 and won 6-5 in his match today. So Peter Wright to win his match against Michael Smith at plus 140. So be up early on Saturday. You got a little darts to watch. Don't know where you can find it, but that would be the bet.
Oh my God, yes. I was really hoping that there was going to be a darts pick.
There was darts. I saw darts today. I was like, yes.
You did not disappoint, and I cannot wait for the results next week.
Yep.
Oh my God. That was Brad's DEGEN corner. I gotta start making like a graphic for you
for that one
and just make it like yeah. But that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Fade us, ride with us. Who gives a fuck at this point? Like, wait, hey, I will say, college-wise, we were pretty solid on the week.
Yeah, did well in college.
We did really, really well. So I mean,
100%.
we were 8. We were Nate. You were 2-2. I was 4-1, and Brad was 4-1. So hell, we were positive for the weekend. So I mean, maybe we'll get lucky and get both of them.
Yeah,
but Brad, where can the good people? I gotta stop asking you because you just don't have any social media.
Wait, ask me next because I got some good ones for us this week.
Oh my God, Nate, where can the good people follow you?
Just get on the Twitter page, Gridiron Guys with 2 Z's, Gridiron Guys with 2 Z's, and give it a follow, give it a like, give it a repost and a comment, and see. Let's hear what your picks are for the week for college or NFL, or if you got a Brad DEGEN corner pick you would like him to look up. Let him know. We'll let him know. We'll say, hey, look into frisbee golf or look into water polo next or something. Yeah. We're always down for something. So yeah, Gridiron Guys on Twitter.
Brad.
You can find me in the Miiverse, which was the Nintendo 3DS or Wii U social media. I'm on there. That's where I put all my picks out. It's on the Miiverse.
Oh fuck. You can find me at Luke Aked on Twitter. Not gonna give out my Instagram because it's personal.
Because you say it all
the time. I just have to roll with it. Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
And Miiverse.
2 Z's. And Miiverse.
And
Wait,
Miiverse.
You're using Gridiron Guys on Miiverse?
That could be arranged. It's now defunct, so I don't know how it can be arranged. But...
Yes.
So
find us on Weavers.
I got a whole
you can play
list of defunct social media.
You can find Brad and play East Coast Brad and Wii Sports. That's always fun. That sounds like a good idea. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Let's have ourselves a fucking weekend. Go Big Red. Go Commies. Go Utes.
Hey.
Go
Reagan.
Gators. Go. Fuck it. At this point, who gives a shit? He's been dead for 30
Go
years.
Michael
Fuck
Wright.
Jesus. But that's gonna be it. We'll see you next week.
Adios.
It's personal.